All right, video number 6, flooding. All right, here we go. We're just gonna dive into this one. Let's rock and roll, y'all. You are on your way to becoming masters. Remember the question that we asked in the very first video: would it be smart to blame the gym for why you're fat? And the conclusion we came to is that blame shifting never leads to success. And then we went on to teach you something that really only a fraction of a percent of men even know about. And that's this: differentiation leads to curiosity, and curiosity opportunity. In this video, we're going to briefly discuss an area that we will unpack at length in a later module. And the reason why we're addressing this issue now is because I have a goal to lead you to massive success. So think of it like this: the beginning of a relationship for you is differentiation, because that leads to opportunity. And the potential end to a relationship is flooding. Flooding leads to escalation. Escalation leads to 4 horsemen. And then you're done. The relationship is just about over. In this course, my goal is to give you a success plan to use through the beginning stages of dating. Differentiation leads to curiosity, curiosity to opportunity. And later in this course, it is to help you through the most challenging aspect of a relationship: flooding, escalation, 4 horsemen, and then you're done. So, for the next few moments, listen to why most men fail in long-term relationships. There is a body of knowledge in relationship literature about conflict between a man and a woman. The body of knowledge says that conflict or regrettable incidences between a man and a woman usually involve key areas of life like sex, finances, communication, and family. I have some news for you. They're wrong. Psychologist Paul Ekman, PhD, calls these areas of conflict regrettable incidences. To be very clear, every relationship runs up against regrettable instances, even the best of a relationship. So pretty much we're all going to face this, y'all. All of us. Dr. Ekman discovered that these incidences most of the time arise from absolutely nothing. That's right, you heard me. Nothing. Now, despite all the popular opinion and literature, research says something different. Men and women are actually very much the same when they experience anger in a relationship. PhD James Averill from the University of Amherst conducted a study that proved it. Now, the difference between men and women is how they handle their anger. Not the fact that you do or don't have anger. We all have it. Experience it at some level. In the psychological state that men find themselves in when they experience deep levels of anger is called flooding. Emotional flooding is when a man and woman is flooded with anger. When this happens, research says that how the man responds to flooding will either make or break your ability to go long-term in a relationship. It's interesting. It's more on the men than on the women. Please understand me. No one is denying that you're not allowed to get angry. But what you do with your anger is something quite different. I'm going to give you 2 secrets that were discovered by Gottman and his team in the Love Labs. Secret number 1. In the midst of conflicts, men typically get more emotionally flooded than women do. In other words, men shut down while women have a better ability to stay more attuned in the midst of conflict. Secret number 2, and this is the big secret. Once flooded, only the men who are able to psychologically reduce their heart rate in the midst of conflict and decrease the criticism, contempt, defensiveness, and stonewalling are the ones who do long-term relationship extremely well. In fact, if you are unable to do that, research says that there is an 81% chance that your relationship is on its last leg. Flooding escalation. Before we give you a solution, let me give you an example of what this might look like. If you receive criticism, hey, you never listen to me, and then you get flooded because you feel like you're being attacked, and so you respond just by ignoring. Well, ignoring is a form of stonewalling, right? That's one of the 4 horsemen. Once you respond by saying, I'm listening now, right? This is defensiveness, right? Or you could possibly respond by saying, I don't listen because every day it's the same thing, blah, 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 blah. This is contempt. This is like mocking, right? Or worst possible response, you're always complaining about something. And this is a criticism to the criticism that she's giving you. So let's look at these. Stonewalling is number one. This is ignoring the situation. Defensiveness is one of the other horsemen, right? I'm listening to you now, right? You never listen to me. Oh, I'm listening to you now. It's getting defensive. Number three is contempt. I don't listen because every day it's the same thing. Blah 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 blah. You just keep talking, right? That's contempt. That's mockery. And number four, criticism. You're always complaining. It's taking the criticism that she's giving you and then giving another criticism. Flooding leads to escalation. Escalation leads to the four horsemen, and then the relationship's just about done. You have successfully now escalated the situation. If you've watched this behavior consistently in your upbringing or participated in this behavior in a past relationship, get ready. Life for you will be changing, and we're going to help you become a master at relationship skills. Remember, once flooded, only the men who are able to psychologically reduce their heart rate in the midst of conflict and decrease the criticism, contempt, defensiveness, and stonewalling are the ones who can master relationship skills and be ready for the long haul. Solution. When you are emotionally flooded, there are hormones that are racing through your blood, and I'm going to give you 3 simple techniques that successful men use to overcome this nasty emotional state. And by the way, we even get flooded in business situations, in family situations, right? Use some of these techniques when you're flooded to get out of them, because if you react and not respond, it's going to cause you problems in the future. Remember, the reason I'm giving this to you now is that I want to give you tools that we will unpack in a later video. Solution number 1, breathe. Breathing. This is the first step in transitioning a psychological reaction. Count down from 5 all the way to 1 to avoid from reacting. So you're flooded. You get all these hormones racing through your body, and you count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I even think to myself, oh, this really hurts, but I'm not going to open my mouth right now. And again, this is important to separate from your instinctive reaction. Number 3, take a breath. But don't shut down, because that would be stonewalling. It's important to say something like this. You know you're angry. You know you're flooded. It's important to say something like this. You know what? I'm having a hard time right now. I'm going to take a break for 30 minutes and then come back and continue this conversation with you, babe. I want to make sure I don't say something I regret. I'd like to finish this conversation after I calm down a bit, right? Acknowledging that you're flooded. You know, I need to take a break. I want to come back and continue the conversation. So you're not avoiding, you're not ignoring. You're just saying, hey, I'm not in a good place right now. I need to take a break. Solution to flooding, escalation. If you let it get to escalation, it's destruction 81% of the time. You want to de-escalate. De-escalation leads to more opportunity, and we'll discuss this more in later videos. So Module 1 in this course will lead you to create a plan in which differentiation leads to curiosity, curiosity leads to opportunity, and avoid the potential end of a relationship. Flooding leads to escalation, escalation to the 4 horsemen, the fact, and then that will lead to your relationship ending, or pretty much on this last leg. Ignite the beginning, differentiation, opportunity, prevent the end, flooding to finishing a relationship, right? We want to ignite the beginning of a relationship and prevent some tragic, regrettable incidences from occurring. This will lead you to optimal success. We get everything to fill in until then. But in the next video, I'm going to address 2 things. 1, male desires, strong masculine male desires, and this is important as we will be discussing at length what women want. Number 2, how this course is structured. In other words, I'm going to lay out some expectations for the weeks to come. So again, it is an honor and a pleasure to have you with me on this journey. I will see you in the next video. There it is. We'll catch y'all.